something very interesting that Benjamin Libet and countless others have shown is that you can have a neurological, a neuro, the neural basis of some conscious idea that you have happens hundreds of milliseconds before you have the conscious thought. And this is a very disturbing thing to think about because most of us go around through the day with this illusion that you have some kind of control over what thoughts come into your head or what action you take next. But in fact, what these experiments show is that, there's you become aware of a decision after that decision has already been made subconsciously in your brain. And so, yeah, I don't know. There's plenty to dig into there, but maybe talk to us about this a bit more, and then maybe tie it into your belief in AI's ability to anticipate user behavior.
So I think we were talking about, once you get exposed to something in the realm of neuroscience and AI, you lose sleep. This was probably the biggest sleep deprivation I had because it's mind blowing, right? If we think about it, deep, we might end up in a rabbit hole of, am I just an agent carrying my neurons or something like that, which I don't think is very easy to disprove, by the way, in all honesty. So it's mind blowing. It's obviously a lot to digest. But yes, by the way, those experiments happened first sometimes during the 80s. Since then, it's been replicated and reproduced, and in different settings and in different environments, in different technologies, in different animals, so many times that I don't think it's anymore even just an open question. It's a truism. It's given. Now, obviously, there's room for interpretation, but the fact that there are brain processes that are directly causally related to decisions we make and that we don't have access, we don't have conscious access to those processes, I think is already completely agreed upon. Obviously, you can ask the questions of how elaborate these processes are, whether as something reaches consciousness, it can override or kind of change some of these or veto some of these processes and so on and so forth. But the fact that these happen is like hard fact. Now, it means that much of what we are doing, okay, as humans, is predetermined by things that have nothing to do with our immediate desires. Okay, so you can put someone in fMRI, like a functional MRI that basically shows the blood in your brain and you know which areas are active. And you can tell 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and they drive in a car simulator. You can know 10 or 15 minutes in advance before they reach the junction, whether they're going to turn left or right. So it has many contributors to it. Maybe it's a question of your stronger side. Maybe it's something that happened in the morning. Maybe your neck was sore and, it's harder for you to look to the right. By the way, it's my case at the moment. So there are many different ways that can contribute to these unconscious processes that end up affecting your decision or your action. But what it also means, and this is something, again, that is quite known for many years, it means that as a consumer, your behavior is also affected by many things that you're not aware of. And it means that as a business that sells to consumers, you can probably know much in advance of your specific customers' behaviors before the event takes place. So you can predict, the purchases that customer is going to make, the conversions or lack of those, lifetime value, best products, churn, and so on and so forth. And that ability to make those predictions based on their historical behavior is, like I said earlier, the biggest level we know in the industry for transforming businesses. So I'm basically saying, if you collect data about your consumers as a business, there's a good chance you can start making predictions about their behavior in the future, and you can optimize their experience, you can optimize your processes, you can basically just make the most out of those precious interactions the consumers have with your business. my personal, and this is what Pecan is all about, my personal mission, I want to bring these capabilities to as many small and mid-sized businesses as possible, because they also deserve, quote unquote, that remarkable technology that basically, tells you what people are going to do even before they know what they're going to do. And that's why we've invested so much in connecting LLMs, data and machine learning together in one nice package.